Releases and announcements galore when it comes to hardware, sim updates, and new aircraft. It's certainly been a massive week in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator, so let's jump straight into this week's video. Before we jump into the announcements part of the video, here's a quick word from this week's video sponsor. Thank you to Simbit World Pilot's Life Chapter 2 for sponsoring this video. Hey, Pilot's Life Chapter 2 simulates the career of a commercial airline pilot by generating your schedules, tracking your scores for your flights, and rewarding weekly according to your contract type and much more. Pilot's Life provides a reason to fly in the sim from A to B while improving your skills as an airliner pilot, and depending on how good your scores are, you can progress throughout your airliner career to higher tier airliners and purchase more aircraft license. With over 575 airliners and over 280,000 real up-to-date routes, each flight and contract will have you experience the virtual airliner career globally, living a pilot's life. A pilot's life will work across all types of flight sim platforms, including a Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, P3D, and even FSX. Links to the description are where you can pick up your copy of Pilot's Life, and we thank them for sponsoring this video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, Cockpit Simulators, the team behind the high-quality premium flight sim hardware, have announced pre-orders for their next high-end release. This time, the team are planning on releasing the new Boeing 737 TQ throttle quadrant, and it's now exclusive, available for pre-order through Aerosoft till now to the end of October. The throttle is available in two configurations, matching the new 737 MAX style cutoff switches and the other traditional 737 NG style cutoff. Both variants feature motorized throttles, speed brakes, trim wheels, powered by 4 high torque brush motors and 5 stepper motors. Lock-in mechanisms that are present just as they are in the real 737, like the idle reverse lockouts and the fly detents, are also been recreated. The trim system includes folding handles and will dual trim positioned indicators and function trim cutout switches, fully functional fire controls, fully backlighting, and the base even comes with a cup holder on each side, and the dimensions even match the real aircraft. Cockpit Simulator 737 TQ MAX and the NG are available for pre-order exclusive through the Aerosoft store. Pre-orders are expected to ship out in late November. I'll leave a link in the description below. Keeping with hardware announcements this week, Wing is further expanding its Airbus-inspired cockpit hardware for flight simulation with its Ursa Minor 32 throttles and also the 32 pack metal edition. These were teased earlier this year in the first FS weekend, and then later on in the Flight Sim Expo in the US, we saw demo versions showcased. The Ursa Minor 32 throttle is the Airbus main twin lever throttle unit built around the metal core and the detent system. Wing mentions it includes 6 detents that replicate real-world thrust ranges, along with vibration modules in each lever to provide tactile feedback. The detents are made not just for thrust, but also for transitions like flaps and speed brakes. While the Ursa Minor 32 PAC is its companion model, which handles the peripherals for the access like the flaps and the spoilers. These units share the same metal high quality build, including the same logic when it comes to the detents. Both pieces of hardware also feature backlighting, and they are tied to the sim, so if you change the lighting in the aircraft, it will filter through the hardware. Official launch of both the Ursa Minor Throttle 32 and the PAC 32 is set to go on sale on the 26th of September, which is today. So by the time you watch this video, they probably have already been released. Knowing the demand of these units, I would highly recommend taking a look at the pre-order sooner rather than later when it comes to the Wing store. And generally the best place to purchase things straight away from the release is the global store, because it takes a couple of months before the regional stores are filled up with stock. In some aircraft announcements news for the week, CJ Simulations has announced their next in-development aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This time it is the Bombardier Global 7500. The team is known for its releases of other aircraft such as the Eurofighter Typhoon and the Rafale fighter. CJ Simulations mentions that the avionics development of the project has been underway for over 8 months now. While the progress is significant, there is still extensive work that needs to be completed. However, the team has currently estimated a possible release date of the 7500 sometime later in 2026. The 3D model has been acquired from a commercial source, which will be a good starting point, as the team mentions, but it hasn't been started from the ground up. It will require improvements and obviously corrections. The team mentions that the CL7500 is not intended to be a study level aircraft, but their aim is to provide a detailed business jet experience. Of course, we will keep you posted on any updates of the development of this project. Airplane Heaven has teased us with its next in development aircraft, and this time the team is developing the de Havilland Mosquito. Other than the screenshots that have been provided by the team, there isn't too much to go off. However, the screenshots do provide a bit of information such as detailed interior modeling and worn textures, period correct equipment, exposed wiring, and crew stations. The Mosquito is one of the most versatile aircraft from the World War II era, which served as a fast bomber, night fighter, and also a reconnaissance aircraft. Other details remain scarce from Airplane Heaven, and they haven't provided any other information on when we may expect to see the release other than the screenshots that have been provided this week. Like all third-party development teams and projects, we will keep you updated, so feel free to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on your favorite project, and we'll keep you updated. Taxiing over to this week's release news, Wing have also released another product earlier this week, which is the Boeing PDCs. One is the Max and the other is the NG versions. For you Airbus fans out there, these are the EFIS for the Boeing, and they fit right into the Boeing PAP3 panel, which was released earlier this year. The team have released two versions, as I just mentioned before, one being the NG version of the Boeing and the other is the Max version, which can be swapped from side to side, and they're pre-packed with their left and right glare shields. The panels have adjustable backlighting with auto sync to the sim, so if you change the backlighting in the sim, it will follow through to the panels. The panels include RTS switches, Barrow STD switches, CTR switches, TFC switches, and 3-position toggle switches, 2-position selector switches, encoder rotation switches, and 4-position selector switches, and more. Each panel will require its own USB that has been provided and is linked to the PAP3 by a hidden connector. That being said, to use all 3 panels together, you will need to use 3 USBs for this one. As most Wing releases, if you want the hardware as quickly as possible, it's best to purchase through the global store, as the regional stores do take time to get stock in, as that stuff is generally shipped overseas. The Wing Boeing PDC NG and Max versions available from the Wing store. I'll leave a link in the description below. And we also have review kits here on the channel for both the Wing releases this week, and you'll see some reviews on the channel sometime soon. In some other release news this week, i9 Builds have released its Impulse 100 pocket rocket for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. This is a turbine-powered aircraft that is designed with a mix of performance and compact design, which gives it its name as the pocket rocket. The release comes with a complex custom engine simulations that can have peak ITT on startup with hot starts and also a risk of engine fire. i9 Builds have mentioned that the flight model has been tuned for speed and agility, making the pocket rocket equally suited for quick low-level runs and more deliberate flights. Features include with the release is high detail modeling with 4K PBR textures, 6 liveries, full animation of the gear flex, canopy, tailwheel systems and flight control services, working circuit breakers, rain and icing effects are included, exhaust heat smoke effects are included, and detail fuel and electric system. Custom simulation when it comes to cabin heat, oxygen, and also the opportunity for some instrument failures. Realistic lighting inside and out and a detailed checklist has been included. You can pick up your copy of the INI Builds Impulse 100 Pocket Rocket from the INI Build store. I'll leave a link in the description below. The Microsoft team this week has released its own aircraft, which was released alongside the latest World Update of Japan and coinciding with this week's Tokyo Games Expo. The YS-11 is now the latest of the local legend aircraft from Microsoft, and it's steep in history when it comes to Japanese commercial airline. It was one of only one post-War World II commercial airliner that was designed and manufactured wholly in Japan. It first flew in 1962 and entered service in 1965, with 182 being built throughout 1962 to 1974. Some are still flying today, with limited numbers are still in service, which is amazing to hear. The YS-11 could carry up to 63 passengers and also be used as a cargo variant that would carry up to 10,000 pounds, which made it a very versatile aircraft. The release comes with two variants, a passenger variant and also a VIP charter variant, which I assume, but don't quote me as I'm only guessing at this stage, they should be compatible with the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 career mode. I can't see a Cybo or a Microsoft aircraft not being available for career mode. The YS-11 is now available for both Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 through its in-sim marketplace to purchase and also for rental. Lining up on the runway for this week's Sim Update news, the Microsoft team this week released World Update number 20, which is Japan. This marks the second World Update for the country, as Japan was the first World Update we received way back for the 2020 Sim. The Microsoft team partnered up with some of the usual partners when it comes to the updates, such as Bing Maps and GAI Simulations, to produce one of the biggest world updates the sim has had thus far. The release includes 23 areas of interest that the update does cover, with new photogrammic and tin areas of interest, along with some new photogrammic cities such as Hiroshima, Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, and also Tokyo has been updated. Also, 67 points of interest have been included, 5 detailed handcrafted airports such as Hokkaido Spaceport, Kiwatashi, and Rizuru, and Sato and Sasaima airports. I know I've really bashed those names. I do apologize. The update also includes 3 discovery flights, 3 landing challenges, 1 bush trip, and 1 spotlight event. And you can also download the Japan World Update number 20 for free for both the 2020 Sim and the 2024 Sim through the in-sim marketplace. And also, I look forward to reading your comments about my pronunciations of those airports. I can't wait to see what you guys think about it. We have heard rumors about this for many years, and the Microsoft team have finally confirmed that as in December this year, PlayStation 5, PlayStation Pro 5 owners will have access to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. As of August 2024, the latest stats that I've been able to come up with, over 80 million PlayStation 5 consoles have been sold. That doesn't include PlayStation 5 Pro consoles, which really opens up another massive market for this next-gen flight sim. This new version of the sim will include free world updates and sim updates, as we do currently see with the PC version and the Xbox version, and they'll also get access to the in-sim marketplace and career mode. At the time of release, the PlayStation 5 version will see a new aircraft included, which I imagine will be across all the other platforms of the sim, which will be the JetBoom Supersonic Demonstrator XB-1, which is a pretty cool aircraft to have. You can pre-order now to gain early access to the sim that will start on December 3rd. I think the real release date, if you don't do the early access, is December 8th, so about 5 days in difference there. The Microsoft team has also mentioned they have a limited number of spots when it comes to beta testing, which will start soon. This is great news in my opinion, as it enables the sim to be more accessible on more devices. That being said, I am a little bit pessimistic, but also hoping that the Microsoft and the Sobo team can handle the extra workload and they're not spreading themselves too thin. Let alone, we had a tragic start to the 2024 sim launch and it's still not 100% yet, and also the ongoing work that is needed to get the sim working on the Xbox console to run smooth with guarding all its performance issues. I just hope that the team doesn't spread itself too thin and inhibits the quality of the sim. That being said, welcome to the Sky or the PlayStation 5 future pilots. Moving over to some sim update for beta news. We haven't received an update this week. The beta program is still running with version 1.6.7.0, which was issued on the 18th of September. Currently, the team is running a bunch of surveys regarding the performance of sim update for beta, and the surveys are set up for performance for overall performance across all platforms, also individually PC, VR, and Xbox. Having a look at the numbers when it comes to the response of the survey, it's pretty low, so if you are in the beta, feel free to jump over to the survey and provide some information, and if you haven't seen the link, I'll leave it in the description below. The next development live stream has been announced, which will be held on the 8th of October. This is where we should hear what is installed for the sim in the short term, including potential news about sim update 4 release date, future world and city updates, and also Asobo and Microsoft aircraft releases. Hopefully after the development a live stream, we should get a updated feedback snapshot wish list that we haven't seen any updates for quite some time. Moving over to this week's InSim marketplace releases, we've seen 58 new product releases, 28 on PC and 30 are on Xbox. We have seen 3 new aircraft releases for the week. Only 2 of those are worth noteworthy mentions, which is one the Just Fly RJ Professional and the other one is the Miltech Simulations MH60. The other releases that are included for this week are made up of 6 livery packs, 3 challenge packs, 4 night lighting packs, 2 landmark packs, 2 taxiway packs, and 10. If you like this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you think you're already subscribed, just check, because sometimes subscribe buttons disappear and you found that you aren't subscribed to the channel as you once thought you were. It's absolutely free and it keeps us motivated to make awesome flight sim content. Also, we would love to hear your comments below and your thoughts on the PlayStation 5 announcements. I would love to read them. Let's see what you think. And also, we will see you in another video real soon. Happy simming, everybody. Have a great weekend.